G'day guys, this video we're going to have a quick look at a Allpowers SF200 flexible solar panel. There's not much to review on a solar panel, it's pretty much about its build quality and performance. So what I'll do is I'm going to install it on the roof of the car. So I'll film a bit of that and put that on there too, so you can sort of see how I filmed it, how I installed it directly onto a car without still having a bit of an air gap underneath it and not having to touch the metal so it doesn't get too hot. But besides that, we'll test it on this little power station and see how it goes on that, to see how many watts it gives out. It's not great weather, but it should give us a good idea. If we can get up around, if I can get 100 watts out of this in today's kind of weather, then that means it's doing really, really good. So we'll check that out, because it is an ETF type panel, and these are meant to last a lot longer than the PET type panels like I've had previously. It shouldn't delaminate. So these ones you can leave out in the weather all the time. And the bonus, it is flexible and it only weighs about 4 kilos. So let's check that out. I think I should talk about the packaging. Normally I wouldn't be too fussed about packaging, but this actually comes, it's got panels on either side. So it's got this nice big thick one protecting the front, and then it's got a thick one with a thinner bit protecting the back. You can sort of see that there, like, so it's covered front and back and then all in one big box. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, besides being well packaged, the only other thing that was in there was there was a little book in there which got some of its specs and whatnot. And it came with a heap of these little Velcro tie-down loops. I'm guessing the idea is because it's got these little metal eyelets in the corners, you can strap it to things. So I guess if you strapped it down to like a load on your trailer, or you could strap it onto the side of a balcony, or pretty much anywhere you want. If you can get the ability to strap it down there, it comes with some stuff to strap it down. I'm going to mount it on the roof with some core flute and some body panel tape. Hopefully that'll be enough. And I'm going to run it back into my MPPT solar controller and run it into my car. Try to charge my dual battery setup in there like that. So I'll leave that on there semi-permanent. So at the moment, I've just set it up here on the roof, so it's on a terrible angle because the sun's quite low in the sky. It's about 2 o'clock, but yeah, and it's this time of year, the sun doesn't get that high anyway. So I've got it sitting up on there, and it's directly behind clouds at the moment, but it's still putting in 37 watts. So I'll hopefully this cloud blows over shortly, and I'll see what it gives then, and then I'll actually stand it up a bit as well so we can see what it looks like with it on the panel on a bit of an angle. Alright, we're getting a bit of broken sunshine at the best. It's even getting behind the trees a bit now. Anyway, laying flat on here, the sun is on an angle like that. It's extremely low. We're getting 34 watts. I'll just tilt it up a bit and we'll see what we get it up to, if it makes any difference. 53, 58. Bring it right up, 69, 70, 72. I'm getting about 72 watts out of it. But we're in partial shading now because there's a tree in the way. When I first got this out the packet yesterday, I put it up on here. It was a bit earlier in the day, and I lifted it and I got 120 something watts. So I think it's going to do alright. Just, yeah, as I said, the sun is so low, like literally it's on that angle, and there's a tree in the way now. We've got partial shading. I don't know if you can see it on me, but tree branches in the way. That's pretty good. Yeah, I guess I'll mount it up and we'll come to a conclusion after I've used it for a few days with it mounted on the roof. Stuff sticks really good. So now, I've got these bits of core flue mounted down with this panel bonding tape. They use that in like caravan manufacturing, and that holds panels onto composites and things like that. Anyway, so I've just got to take this layer off and stick it down. Got them along there along the ribs and 3 across the front. This one's going sideways, so air shouldn't be able to get through. And these ones I've got sort of cross cut across the core flue thing, so hopefully air can actually circulate through them. These ones on the ribs, and so it should hold it about 10 mil off the actual body panel. So hopefully it gives a little bit of air circulation. Alright, so we've got it now. And you can see under there, so there's gaps under here, and then these ones have got the gaps in between them. So hopefully it holds up there well. It's stuck really good. That's a panel bonding tape. I've used it for stuff at work when I have to stick on I use bird gel and deterrent holographic tape, and if I've got to stick it on the metal and that, I just use that, and it sits out in the weather day and night, and that stuff just doesn't come off. So when I thought of something to stick this down, I thought I'd try the same. Anyway, and then across the front there, I've got it so it's like a bit of an air dam there. I might put a bit of high-speed tape over there when I do the panels, when I do the leads at the back. Well, I guess we'll come up with a bit of conclusion about this thing. So I installed it all, and it's that installation come up. It was very nice and easy to work with. This thing's actually able to bend like 180 degrees, so it's got no worries about. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it says you can do it on the booklet. Definitely it's going to be able to curve to different shapes, like this roof slightly rounded this way and that way, and it curves to it quite nicely. And I'm obviously not damaging the cells with these small amounts of bend when it's meant to be able to bend 180. The coating's this ETFE stuff, so I've noticed now more the high-end panels you buy. If you've ever had experience with flexible panels, you'll sort of find that if you leave them out full time, after a couple of years they sort of delaminate. Now this ETFE stuff is meant to stop that. And I notice all the premium panels are now using it, and a lot of places are giving, you know, sort of warranties that are pretty similar to glass panels. So it must be good stuff, but only time will tell with that. I'll do an update video on it later on, because realistically how it performs in it, I can't really tell at this time of year. The sun's at a low angle, you can sort of see by my shadow, you know, my hand's there and the shadow's over here. In summer I'll get to really find out because we get that direct overhead sunshine, but we'll see what it can really give out. At the moment, like it is now, it's giving out about 80 watts. And that's on a pretty low angle, so that's good. This ETFE is meant to help with that. It's meant to create refraction because it's actually like, they call it a honeycomb. It's like dimpled like a golf ball. Anyway, it's meant to help collect more light. Everything else about the panel, it feels like a premium panel. The eyelets are really nice. The material, it's pliable, but you can tell it's quite, you know, it's easy to work with, but you can tell it's sort of quality. It doesn't feel flimsy. Even though it is able to bend as much as it doesn't feel flimsy at all. The panels look really nice. They're sort of like a half-cut cell from what I can tell. They're 10 bus bars. So you can sort of tell straight away you're talking 10 bus bars, and that sort of, the cells are that half-cut cell shape. Instead of being a full square, they're done in half. That just helps with when it's in shading. So this should be a pretty good panel, and I'm hoping that it does the job. It's a nice size, and good for a car roof. I could go even a bit bigger on this one. They do make a 400 watt model, they do make a 100 watt model. Some of its basic specs are, it's open circuit voltage 38.4 volts. Its short circuit current is 6.87 amps. Its voltage at its maximum power point is 32 volts, and it will give 6.25 amps at that. On a maximum system voltage 120 volt. Only weighs 4.1 kilos, and its dimensions are length is 1,375 mil by 780 mil. The thickness is 3 mil. Anyway, I guess on that, I do like the Allpowers stuff, and this feels like a good premium panel. It's a bit like their little R600 power unit they gave me. It seemed to do the job, and it seems to do it nice. It looks nice, and it seems to do everything it's meant to do. So only time will tell, but I will keep you updated if there's any sort of radical changes. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. I've been liking this Allpowers stuff, and it's sort of helping me out with my system. I said it's sitting on about 80 watts now, so you know that's sort of like 6 amps or something like that it's giving me. That's pretty good at this time of day. The highest I've seen it up to is about 132 amps. I've seen it just flash up for a second. The sun was a little bit higher, but it was overcast. That was yesterday, so I sort of didn't get a chance to get that on camera. But yeah, I think this is going to be nice because it's, you know, as I said, it's giving me 6 amps at 12 volt now. At this time of the day, at this time of the year, it's pretty good. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description to this, and I will also put in, there's a discount code they gave me, a 10% discount code, so I'll put that in there as well. So if you're interested in this stuff, check them out there, and there is a discount code. Daryl Webb is the discount code. I'll put it in text as well, so you can copy and paste it. And yeah, so if you're after something like this, or some of their power stations, because I've been really happy with that stuff, so check them out. Anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. And bye for now.